64% of Christian men look at porn every month. Here's your battle plan to fix that. We're diving straight into this uncomfortable topic. No sugarcoating. Because the numbers are shocking. Almost 80% of young Christian men between 18 and 30 view pornography regularly. 15% of Christian women struggle with it too. And nobody actually plans for their life to go this direction. Here's the typical story. Someone encounters explicit content when they're not prepared for it. Maybe through a magazine, maybe online, maybe a wrong click. There's this instant adrenaline rush that's immediately followed by overwhelming shame. The cycle begins right there. You didn't ask for those feelings. But now you're stuck in this mental tug-of-war between chasing that excitement and feeling horrible afterward. That's exactly where your spiritual enemy wants you, pulled away from what actually matters in your life. Here's the truth you need to grab onto. You're meant to be a fighter. You've got people depending on you, purposes to fulfill, and meaningful challenges ahead. But there's a real spiritual opponent whose entire game plan is destruction. He wants to sideline you from real impact by keeping you stuck in this struggle. Nobody plans to sabotage their relationships and damage everyone around them. Yet people with genuine faith end up caught in this pattern constantly. The reason? They're missing an actual strategy. Let me walk you through a historical example. King David, incredible leader, called a man after God's heart. The Bible dedicates over 900 verses to his story, yet he's frequently remembered for just 3 verses. The text says, during the season when kings typically went to battle, David remained at home. He abandoned his post. One night, while on his palace rooftop, he spots a woman bathing. The original language uses a word that means intense staring, not a quick glance. He fixated on something forbidden. Then he crossed the line. He summoned her. They were intimate. She became pregnant. The consequences multiplied from there. See the progression? David abandoned his responsibilities. This led him to fixate on something inappropriate, which led to actions that violated boundaries, and the fallout damaged multiple lives. When are fighters most exposed? When they're disconnected from their actual purpose. You've got meaningful work to do, a real mission. But when you're checked out from that, you become an easy target for destructive urges. Here's what people miss. That initial exposure, it damaged you. Like malware corrupting an entire operating system. Your understanding of healthy intimacy got distorted. Innocence was stolen. Now you're caught in this internal conflict because part of you craves that neurological high. But shame and self-hatred follow close behind. You probably kept silent out of embarrassment, but hidden sin multiplies, so you rationalized it. This isn't really that serious. Then you begged God to remove the craving, made commitments, never again, and you held out. For 72 hours, or several weeks, or multiple months. You experienced clean streaks until you stumbled again. Then came the binges, like demolishing an entire bag of snacks after eating just one. You probably hoped getting married would solve everything. It didn't, because this isn't simply about sexual urges. It's about unresolved trauma. Fighters are exposed at specific moments. First, when you're cocky. When you assume, this message isn't for me. I've got this handled. That's your most dangerous state. David got cocky. The battle doesn't need me. My generals can handle things. Paul warned, anyone who thinks they're solid should watch out for collapse. Reality check. Anyone claiming they prayed away temptation permanently? Complete fiction. Every fighter faces ongoing risk. Period. Your second danger zone? Feeling owed. David likely rationalized, I'm royalty. This position is stressful. My marriages are unfulfilling. I deserve compensation. Your version might be, everyone around me is casually sleeping around and I'm abstaining, so this small thing is nothing. Or, my partner neglects me, so finding satisfaction elsewhere makes sense. Or, compared to what I could be doing, this is harmless. That's entitlement disguised as logic, and it's a death trap. You must identify your personal landmines. What specifically sets you off? Endless social media scrolling after midnight? Gaming while your partner sleeps? Business trips alone? Empty hotel rooms? Streaming shows with your significant other in revealing clothes? Maybe it's fantasy novels featuring impossibly perfect romantic interests. Online articles about bedroom techniques that redirect your thoughts. Whatever your specific triggers are, identify them. Your strength is directly proportional to your honesty. Here's where strategy becomes tangible. Install protective barriers immediately. Don't postpone resisting future temptation when you can eliminate the opportunity right now. Restrict your technology. Install monitoring apps. Filter inappropriate content. Hand your login credentials to someone trustworthy. Enable comprehensive tracking. Create genuine obstacles to accessing harmful material. Isn't that overkill? Listen, you can't predict when emotional turmoil will hit months from now. Why postpone a future battle when you can remove it entirely today? That's not paranoia. That's tactical thinking. Jesus spoke forcefully about this. He said looking at someone with sexual craving equals committing adultery mentally. Then he suggested removing your eye if it causes you to violate moral boundaries. Literal instruction? Doubtful. But his message is unmistakable. Treat this with utmost seriousness. This will derail your purpose. It warps your thinking, corrupts truth, destroys purity, reduces people to objects, dishonors your Creator, and steals authentic connection, which is what you're actually searching for. Notice something important. Scripture says resist general temptation. But regarding sexual temptation, it commands escape. Don't engage. Sprint away. If you encounter a wild bear, you don't test your martial arts training. You run immediately. Sexual temptation works identically. Don't stand your ground trying to overcome it. Remove yourself from the situation instantly. David ultimately came clean, required confrontation from a prophet. But he finally admitted, "I'm confessing everything to you, God. I'm done concealing my failures." And God wiped his slate clean. Complete forgiveness. However trapped you feel right now, however desperate the situation seems, there's a path forward. Restoration is genuinely possible. So here's your tactical approach in 5 steps. Step 1. Come clean with God. The Bible promises God will forgive and cleanse you completely from wrongdoing. Confession brings divine forgiveness. Step 2. Open up to trustworthy people. Scripture teaches us to admit our failures to each other and pray together for restoration. God provides forgiveness. People facilitate healing. You weren't created to battle isolation. Bring reliable allies into your struggle. Step 3. Eliminate your triggers. If certain paths guarantee failure, choose different routes. No more dangerous situations. Step 4. Pursue professional support. Schedule the appointment. Research therapists. Do whatever's required. Intensive treatment if necessary. Take action. Step 5. Allow God to heal your deeper injuries. This won't be simple. You might wrestle with this indefinitely. But through Christ, liberation exists. Genuine joy exists. Authentic intimacy exists. Complete healing exists. You're not powerless. You're not a casualty. You're a fighter. You don't surrender. Your thoughts will remain a contested space, but you control them. They don't control you. You're victorious. You possess strength through Christ. You're supremely triumphant through faith. Your opponent isn't targeting you because you're feeble. He's attacking because you're dangerous. You've got people to defend, purposes to accomplish, significant battles ahead. You might mess up. You might collapse. You might trip. But through Christ, you get back up and keep fighting. A fighter might lose individual skirmishes, but a fighter never quits. That's your complete strategy. Confess to God. Confess to trusted allies. Remove triggers. Seek professional help. Let God heal your wounds. Don't face this alone. If this helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more real talk like this. Drop a comment about which part of the battle plan you're starting with today. Stay strong, warrior.